Here we go then. This is it. The final race of the regular season in the NRUK Cup Series. 14 races so far, 1 remain to set your field of 12 for the NRUK Cup Series chase. Today we're going racing from Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Brickyard 400, a crown jewel race, but more importantly than that, the cutoff between the regular season and the chase. 12 drivers make it in today. It's the top 10 in points plus 2 wild cards. Those will be the 2 drivers with the most wins from 11th to 20th in points. There's a lot that can happen today out on the racetrack. And we're going to watch the cars go around here for 24 laps of high drama and high action. Once again, thank you to all that are joining us again on the NRUK channel. And I'd like to welcome them back for this final regular season race before we get into the business end of the season. Here we go then into your starting lineup, and on pole is Anthony Charbois, who's in a must-win situation today to even have a realistic chance of getting into the NRUK Cup Series chase. He starts on pole. To his outside is Colton Yeo, comes in second in points, already clinched his spot. Rowe, number 2, Keith Stevens, 2 points above the cut line, and William Seaman, 16 points above. Behind them, we have Max Rossi, who's clinched his spot into the chase for this season, and Riley Spurgetube in the 19, 12 points behind on the next row. Nonagon Scott, current points leader in the NRUK in the 12 car for Team Penske. He has clinched his spot. Keegan Thompson, although he hasn't mathematically clinched, you think with 3 wins on the season, his spot is pretty much all but confirmed. Whether that be in a top 10 in points spot or a wildcard spot, that could be huge for the drivers, you know, below the cutoff line that might need a wildcard spot to get in to the chase field. Behind them, Joe Rutkowski has been so consistent all year round. He's also clinched in. Jake Richardson, who's looking for 4 wins in a row in the NRUK Cup Series, he's clinched in. Rutkowski's teammate Nathan Stapleton's on the next row. He's made his way in to the NRUK chase already. See the cars then pass this part of the track. Let's go through a few more of these drivers here. Alexander Rowe, the 24, defending Cup Series champion, just 2 points below the cutoff. He needs a good day. Mac Johnson, 16 points behind. He needs a big day in the 6 car. 66-time Ozcan, great shout out to him for an excellent qualifying run. Mathis Wells, 15 points below. However, he does have a win for the season. That could be crucial for that 18 team. The likes of Tim Gary need a good day. Evan Hunter just making it in for a wildcard spot. But the main story from qualifying was the Brights, Eli and Jeff, both failing post-qualifying inspection. They're both going to have to start from the back, and they both came in on the brink of the NRUK Cup Series chase cut line. They've got a lot of work to do in the 8, 8 and 9. They might need a miracle to make their way in. Can we see it today? A lot of stories still to cover in this race. But it's the 20 car of Anthony Charbois who's going to lead them to the green flag here. Charbois on the inside, Colton Yeo on the outside. 24 laps of high action and drama. Green flag is in the air. We're racing in the Brickyard 400. Down the backstretch then for the first time today, it's Anthony Charbois, pole sitter out in front. But behind him, Keith Stevens, who is coming into this race just 2 points above the cut line and without a win this season. The season 1 champion then to the inside lane of the 20 car. Can he get towards the lead, or does Charbois stay strong? Charbois gets clear, cuts down on the 2 and to the start-finish line for the first time today. Anthony Charbois will lead lap number 1. Keith Stevens in second. Behind Stevens is Riley Spurgetube, who wasn't really in the NRUK chase picture until last week, where he had a great run at Pocono. Can he follow that up today at Indianapolis and potentially have a late regular season charge into that group of 12? Single file down the backstretch then. Rutkowski's broken inside of the top 5. So has Nonagon Scott as well. as Spurley looks low on the 2 car for second place. Riley Spurley really is charging in that 19. He's had a great last couple of races. And he's now going to try and clear the 2 of Keith Stevens and run down his teammate Anthony Charbois, who has checked out in front. Spurley going to have help from Rutkowski. William Seaman, 16 points above the cut line in that 10 car. He has impressed recently as well. Hence why he is in that position of plus 16 at the current point in time. They continue to do battle for second. It's the 2, the 19 and the 1 car. 20 car Charbois is leading out in front as the field has continued to fan out behind them. Towards the back then, Eli and Jeff Bright have not made any sort of movement so far. They still find themselves way behind the ball game here. They're going to need impressive runs to make it in. It could spell the end for both their seasons. It would be such a shame to have a NRUK Cup Series chase without either of the Brights in it. It's looking that way at this current point in time. Some other guys that have had a poor start. Tim Gary in the 4 car came in 5 points below the cut line. Second most winningest driver ever in the NRUK. Not having a great season by his standards, and he might miss out here on a potential spot in the chase. So some big names can potentially, not make it in here. That is a potential, to see where they might not make it in. One guy that could benefit from Jeff Bright's poor run is Mathis Wells. He has a win this season. Only him, Jeff Bright and Evan Hunter have wins in that 11th to 20th place spot coming into today's race. So Wells might benefit, and Wells might lock up a spot in this chase should we not see a new first-time winner today. Mac Johnson needs a good day as well. He needs to do much better than this time, I'm afraid, in the 6 car to force his hand. Up at the front then, the new leader, we have a lead change. The 2 car, Team Penske's Keith Stevens has overtaken Anthony Charbois, and a Season 1 champion out in front here and in the lead at Indianapolis. But Charbois is going to try and fight back in the 20. Both these guys have gone winless. In fact, the top 3 are all winless this season. All of them need wins today. Are we going to see some aggressive racing? Charbois looking onto that back quarter panel of the 2. He tried to force him up the racetrack there, couldn't quite get it done. And now the 19 Riley Spurley has a run down the front stretch. Where can he take it? In fact, he won't take it because the 1 car Rutkowski wants to go towards the front instead. He's got him and teammate Nathan Stapleton up towards the lead, and Rutkowski really aggressive racing there on the 19. I'm not sure how appreciative Riley Spurley is going to be of that, but the 1 absolutely cleared him up the racetrack there. Grabbed third away from him. Spurley now going to fall back, potentially behind Nathan Stapleton and Max Rossi as well. Back up towards the front. Anthony Charbois to the lead at Indianapolis. Rutkowski will follow through at second. The 1 car looks strong. Had a poor week last week with a tyre issue at Pocono. Right back where he wants to be today, fighting for wins in the NRUK. Charbois checks out in the lead again. We go through the rest of the field here. Max Rossi made some good early progress. In fact, all of Stuart Haas racing cars, apart from Tim Gary, are up towards the front here. Colton Yo as well. William Seaman, Jensen Edwards having a strong run here inside the top 10. So is Alexander Rowe. So Alexander Rowe here could be set for a potential berth, considering that the 9 car is having, or the 88 car, I beg your pardon, is having a bit of an off day. Down the backstretch they go then. 95 leads a long train of drivers here, including Kyle Hunter. Run up towards the front. Here's the guy that looks to go 4 in a row today. He's Jake Richardson. He's 3rd in points at the moment. Quite a way behind the lead group at the moment though. But these guys getting kind of formed up single file. Maybe going to try and run him down. And it has been a spinner. There's smoke on the front stretch. And it's Luke Rainey. Luke Rainey has gone around and the caution is out. Samet Ozkan looks to be involved as well. Eli Bright with damage. The 88 car has damage. And this could be huge. William Bunin has got damage on this 3 car. Jeff Bright maybe you've got for it unscathed. Carter Friesen has big front end damage. Tim Gary as well. So a lot of playoff drivers here potentially gone out. But it's Luke Rainey who has the worst of this here in the 8 car. He's wrecked then, and the caution is out here on lap number 8. And this is big for Eli Bright and Tim Gary. 2 guys that really wanted to see themselves in the Cup Series chase field. This might be the end of their season. Eli Bright might miss out on the chase here from this wreck. Let's go see how the first caution of the day has happened on lap number 8. Coming off of turn number 4 here on lap number 6, or coming towards lap number 7, the 3-car William Bulin trying to overtake Zachary DeLello and Summit Ozcan then. Took them 3 wide and they just pinched together there. They kind of run out of room. The 3 hooks the 66 into the wall. Hardlink for the 66 comes back across the racetrack into the 4-car. The 54 gets damaged. Cody Smart there gets involved. There's Diego Yepes. 51 might have got in it. Oh, look at that. Alex Fletcher. And then look at Eli Bright. Just piles into this. Nowhere for the 88 to go. Hits the 8-car instead. A few guys here are going to have a little bit of damage. Tim Gary came into the day 5 points below the cut line. He looks like he might miss the chase here for the NRUK Cup Series here in season number 4. Not what the 14 wanted to see. And that's unfortunately what has happened here on lap number 6. I believe Evan Hunter also got damage here. He has 2 wins though, so he might be alright here for a wildcard spot. But let's see what happened here. See, the 66 kind of rebounds across the racetrack there. And mind you, the 11 car of Hunter tries to kind of clear the wreck there. I guess that he wasn't quite clear of the 17 of Fenway. So Fenway has a little bit of damage as well. Hopefully it won't affect the 17 too much. Who again, another guy who really needs a win at the very least to even stand a chance of getting into the playoffs. But 11 and 17 had a bit of contact there as well. And there's going to be a lot of casualties from this one. Big front end damage for Carter Freeze, and Jeff Bright might have just got through unscathed. But unfortunately, son Eli will not be participating, I believe, in the NRUK Cup Series field for season number 4. Everything could change from now on, though. We don't know of anything yet. And the 20 car of Anthony Charbois leads this race. We'll get back to you guys at the restart. We will be restarting here then on lap number 12. Out from this race, Samet Ozcan has retired. He'll be out of the race after a great qualifying effort from the 66 team. Luke Rainey done for the day. Chase contender Eli Bright is out. And that might just about finish off his season. Heartbreak for the 88 team. He is retired. Carter Friesen done for the day. William Bulin makes it a round full of retirements for Richard Childers Racing. Towards the back, we are going to see a few guys with damage as well, I believe. Jeff Wright runs 29th, so got to make some more progress than that for Jeff. But more cautions that come, and the more cautions that he stays out of, that might just be helpful towards his cause. Top 10 then, as we approach the restart on lap 12. It is Anthony Charbois who leads. Max Rossi is in second. Rossi hasn't won, neither has Charbois this season. Rutkowski in third. 4th, Riley Spurley-Tube. 5th is Nathan Stapleton. 6th, Keith Stevens. 7th, Colton Yo. 8th is William Seaman. 9th, Jensen Edwards. And in 10th, Alexander Rowe. So a lot of guys here up towards the front who are chase contenders, title contenders. Pace car down towards pit lane. We're going to get restarted for the first time today. Let's see if Charbois can continue his momentum that he's had early on in this race, or is someone else going to try and pass him up at the front. Come back to the start-finish line, and the green flag is in the air. We're back racing. Decent restart from Charbois, but Max Rossi was right on it, as was Rutkowski, who led a little bit of a gap between him and Spurley. Not as big as the gap that Keith Stevens led on Colton Yo. Off turn number 2 there. Single file down the backstretch. Who's going to be the first to pull low? Alright, all going to stay single file. No, they won't. Rutkowski thought about it, but didn't quite commit to that move. Spurley-Tube looked to commit, but didn't quite get there. And he will get there now, though. Spurley-Tube looking for third on Rutkowski. Both Chip Ganassi racing cars shuffled up high. Stapleton way loose from the racetrack there. The 42 went way up the racetrack. Got very, very loose indeed. Contact between the 95 and the 10. Dangerous territory for William Seaman, who's only 16 points above the cut line. Him and Jensen Edwards almost got together, and that could have caused a gargantuan wreck on the front stretch. The 42 got extremely loose going through turn number 4. Went rising up the racetrack, and then the 95 made contact with the 10. And that could have been extremely costly to a lot of people's seasons. But everyone's continuing on it for now. It's the 20 and 41 who've checked out in front. Charbois needs a win to be in with a chance of the chase. Max Rossi has had a great season, but has yet to visit victory lane in the 41. Can he get that done today? down the front stretch they go. Rossi remaining patient with a 20th show bar, waiting to make his move. Meanwhile, the battle for third continues between the 19 and the 1. Oh my god, almost contact there. That could have been disastrous. You know, Spurley does have to get the best result he can possible, but he almost just cleared out the one of Rutkowski and himself. That could have been very dangerous indeed. They saved it. And luckily they did, because that could have been disastrous. Very aggressive racing here on lap number 14. William Seaman at the moment rounds out the top 5. 6-foot Colton Yo. Jensen Edwards having another fantastic day in the 95 inside the top 10 here. Meanwhile, towards the front, Max Rossi is going for the lead. He did have help slightly there from Rutkowski, but Rutkowski went to the high side instead. Spurley goes to the inside this time. This time makes it work, and he's going to get to second as well. Bold moves from Riley Spurley, but it's what he needs to do in that 19 car. Down the backstretch then they go. Rossi to the lead for the first time today. Spurley in to second. William Seaman clears for third. This is the exact day that he needed for his season. Colton Yo fourth. Jensen Edwards inside the top 5 now. Great run from him. Mitchell Collins having a stellar run out on the cusp of the top 10. Nonagon Scott, as ever consistent as he is towards the front. Zachary DeLello having a good day. Kyle Hunter, Mathis Wells. Then we have Rowe, Hamill, Stapleton and Matt Johnson. Look at Jeremy Baylor inside the top 20. Another good run from him. Not the day that the 6 car was wanting though. He's got to get more up the order. Has the 6 and Matt Johnson. Jeff Bright has forced his way just outside the top 20 now. He's running 22nd. So the 9 car has made some progress. He just needs to find that little bit extra. It'll be crucial for the Bright's season. They're all single file out up at the front right now. 3/4 of the way through this one. Max Rossi is your leader. Are we going to see a late race restart? Or another caution? Seaman pulls low for second place. So William Seaman is ensuring he gets that spot in the chase. He really, really wants it. To join teammates Colton Yo and Max Rossi at the top of the NRUK standings. That's what William Seaman wants. That's what he's trying to do. Oh, Jensen Edwards. Heck of a run there through turn number 2. And a 95 car to third place. Edwards is having an outstanding run today inside the top 5. Great stuff from him. But boy, oh boy, did he force it in there. And sent the 19 flying up the racetrack. 19 will now lose spots. He'll lose out to the 2 of Keith Stevens as well. 1 car continues to apply the pressure on the 95. So Rutkowski having a great day again. His consistency has been second to none this year from the 1 car of Joe Rutkowski. It's why he's considered one of the favourites going into the NRUK Cup Series chase. Can he round off a great season with a title? Meanwhile, at the front, it's the two Stuart Haas racing cars who are battling out front to the lead. Rossi leads, but William Seaman is chomping at the bit here. Both these guys going for first wins in this season. Anthony Charbon's dropped back now to the cusp of the top 10, so 20 car fallen back significantly. 1 guy you have to keep an eye on. Surely he's not going to get 4 wins in a row. Surely it's not going to happen. I mean, you can't rule him out because he's forced his way inside the top 5 here. If this happens, then it's going to be bonkers. I can't think of another word to describe it, but Jake Richardson's just in such a great run of form at the moment. Here he is again. Can he get another win this season? It would be absolutely outstanding if he could. Meanwhile, at the front, William Seaman looks for the lead. Couldn't get it. Now he's out of line, and here comes the 1 car, Joe Rutkowski, on the high side instead. Rutkowski can't make it stick. Now he's stuck up high. Keith Stevens will move through into third. Rutkowski right up the racetrack then. Got extremely loose or tight through turn 4. Allows Edwards to drop low. Richardson to drop low. Keegan Thompson's going to have a good run here. Keith Stevens is on the move though and going for second place. 5 to go at Indianapolis. And it's Max Rossi trying to get win number 1 of the season. Keith Stevens trying to run him down. Who should ideally have a spot in the chase with this result. William Seaman in third, but Jensen Edwards is pressuring him. The 95 car's having such a good run today. He breaks inside the top 3. This result will be huge for a team that's actually closing down at the end of this year. Evan Hunter's brought them out. They were struggling financially, so the driver of the 11 will be taking over them next year, making a few changes to that team. We'll find out later details at a later date, but the 95 is someone that will not see back in season 5. There will be a different team next season. Meanwhile, at the front, Keith Stevens has overtaken the 41 of Max Rossi and is your new leader with just 4 laps to go. Keith Stevens leads at Indianapolis. What a time to get your first win of the season if he can hold him off here. Rossi desperately wants a win though. It'd be so huge. It'd be extremely huge for him. William Seaman in 3rd. 4th, Jake Richardson. Spurley Tube in the top 5. Not giving up without a fight. Mitchell Collins having a great run in the 36. Edwards has fallen back. He's now under pressure from the pack. Likes of Nonagon Scott, Carl Hunter, Alexander Rowe. As a guy who's trying to get himself into the top 10. Can he make some passes on these last couple of laps? Mathis Wells might be primed and ready to take a wildcard spot. Where's the 9 car, Jeff Bright? Jeff Bright right now runs 20th. Can he gain some extra positions in the final couple of laps? It's going to be between him and Wells for the wildcard spot. The 18 car has fallen back and has lost positions. But the 9 car now under pressure from Nathan Stapleton. Stapleton gets into him. Luckily, it's not any further contact. But that could have been disastrous for the 9 car. Wells is falling back while Jeff Bright's making up positions. This could be big for Jeff Bright's chase hopes. And maybe he might just get a wildcard spot after all. They're beating and banging up at the front. 2 to go. And Max Rossi is on the back left quarter panel of Keith Stevens. So much happening out here on the racetrack. There's the discount tyre 2 car who's out in front here. Max Rossi trying to put the pressure on though. William Seaman and Jake Richardson trying to close in on them. Spurley Tube is on the cusp of the top 5. Here we go. One final lap in the regular season and it's Keith Stevens who leads them to the white flag at Indianapolis. Can he win the Brickyard 400? He's a former Daytona 500 champion. Can he get another crown jewel race win today? Or is Max Rossi going to force his hand in the 41? Rossi's getting an exceptional push from William Seaman, his teammate. But Seaman goes high. Prefers to go with a 2 car instead. That might be all she wrote for this race. But Rossi has a great run. Can he throw it in to turn 3? He won't. Keith Stevens clears him. Through turn 4 for the final time. The Season 1 champions had an up and down year. But this win is going to punch his ticket into the NRUK chase. Keith Stevens is back to victory lane. He has won the Brickyard 400. Stevens wins at Indianapolis in the final regular season race of the season. Where did the 18 of Mathis Wells finish in the end? Only two positions ahead of Jeff Bright. Might not be enough for the 18 team. Jeff Bright might have secured a wildcard spot. From 41st to 17th in 24 laps is a great effort from the 9. And that might have just paid off and might have just sealed a spot. Great day for Mitchell Collins in the top 10. Derek Hamilton tried his hardest to break inside the top 20. He finishes 10th. A lot of surprise runners up here. Like Kyle Hunter, Zachary DeLello, Alexander Rowe might not have got enough. But he might have with Eli Bright dropping out of the top 10. 24 car might have made it in. For the rest of the field, Rutkowski in 20th at the end of the day. He wanted Evan Hunter. Struggling in 28th. Tim Gary will not be making an appearance. Neither will Mac Johnson. Great runs for Jeremy Baylor and Alex Reynolds. And through the rest of the order, see the likes of Roman Fenway and Cody Smart also struggled today to try and get a spot into the chase. So I'm going to go make sure we get all the calculations done, and I'll be back shortly to reveal your chase field for season number 4. Here we are then. This is your official field for season 4 of the NRUK Cup Series chase. So first driver is Nonagon Scott. He comes in as the number 1 seed and will be a joint points leader on 2,065 points. He has teammate Jake Richardson in the 22 with 2,065 points as well. So they'll go in joint top of the leaderboard going into the round of 12. The next driver, Colton Yeo, comes in with 2,060 points in the 14th Stuart Haas Racing. He has his teammate behind him, Max Rossi, 2,045 points. Next 2 drivers up are Nathan Stapleton for Chip Ganassi Racing on 2,040 points. His teammate also makes it in, Joe Rutkowski, on the same amount of points, 2,040. And we have kind of the interesting one. Those 6 were locked in already beforehand. First up, William Seaman in the 10. He does make it into the field for season 4. He'll be on 2,030 points. With him is the season 1 champion Keith Stevens, who just won that race at Indianapolis. He will also be on 2,030 points, so joint with William Seaman. And also joint with them on 2,030 points is Keegan Thompson in the 48. There's 3 wins, giving him 50 bonus points heading in to the chase. And there he is, also on that mark of points. So Keegan Thompson with those 3 wins does make it in. 3 more drivers then left. First one up is Alexander Rowe. He will make it in for Hendrick Motorsports. The defending champion has a chance to defend his crown. He'll come in with 2,020 points into the chase. And the next 2 drivers are our 2 wildcard drivers. The first one is, that's right, Jeff Bright has made it in to the chase for season 4 as the wildcard, one of the wildcard and the 11th seed coming into the round of 12. He'll have 2,015 points. And the other wildcard driver is the 11 of Evan Hunter, who also enters with 2,015 points. So that's the field then. 3 races in the round of 12. I look forward to seeing them. We're going to have a little bit of a break between now and then while I get the cars chase ready and all made up. And also get some few things out. I'm thinking there should be a few big announcements that you would like to plan and stay tuned for in the next few coming weeks. Thank you all so much for watching round 15. It's been a great regular season. Now the chase begins and we're going to decide your season 4 champion over the next coming weeks. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you for the first race of the chase.